Welcome to QuickMacTips.com. Today we're going to review the Keychron and Logitech keyboards against Apple's extended keyboard. Here I have the new keyboards laid out from the side profile. Up front you have the Logitech Mechanical series. In the middle you have the Logitech MX Keys series. And then at the back there you have the Keychron K10. The Logitech Mechanical keyboard has a flat and a one-step leg. The MX Keys is just flat with no legs, and the Keychron has two settings, a small and a large leg. First up is Apple's keyboard. So this one is the one I've been using for the last 10 years or so, and as you can see it's corded, one of the main reasons I wanted to upgrade to go to wireless, and really enjoyed it, and I love the rubberized key feel. The first new keyboard we're going to test is the Keychron K10. So this one's the full mechanical keyboard, and it has the brown switches in it, so it's the tactile feel, not the quietest and not the loudest, and you get a slight bump at the end of the key travel. So this one I enjoyed using. It's not my type necessarily, just because of the clunky feel and the fact that I needed to use a wrist pad all the time to use it. I did like the flat setting as well as the middle as well as the high setting for the legs. That was a nice feature to have. The keys felt really good. I like the tactile feel, sliding my fingers across the keys, and the fact that all the keys were generally full size. Function keys, everything was there. RGB lighting is great. They did a really good job with that. There are a lot of settings, and I also love the fact that the lighting stayed on 24/7, unlike the other Logitech series keyboards. Next up is the Logitech Mechanical series. This is the full-size keyboard. And this one has the red switches in it. So this is the quietest mechanical switch you can get. It's a smooth feel, they call it. I did notice using this keyboard for the first time how I did not expect the keys to be tight and small as they were for a full-size keyboard. I also noticed that the command, option, and control keys were very small, which I did not like. This keyboard also has the Bluetooth option as well as Logitech's new Bolt receiver. Also, the lighting on here was very well done. Not RGB, just white light, but very high end, as well as a couple really cool options you can do. Next up is Logitech's Mechanical Mini. So this is just like the last keyboard, except without the keypad on the right hand side. I enjoyed using this one a lot. I also like the arrow keys and how they were full size on the bottom right hand corner. I didn't like the fact that the command and option and control keys were small, and I did like the fact that I could have the mouse right next to my keyboard, which I was really getting used to with these minis. Also, this is the Bluetooth or the Bolt receiver connectivity from Logitech, and the same lighting effects as the previous keyboard, which I enjoyed. So this next keyboard is the Logitech MX full keyboard. This one is the closest to the Apple form factor. There's no feet or adjustability. It's low to the ground, and it's almost identical in size to the Apple keyboard. This is not a mechanical keyboard. This is a quieter, which I liked, and I got accustomed to this immediately, being the fact that it feels just like the Apple. I did like the indentations on each key. I felt I could type a little bit faster, identifying each key with my finger just by the tactile feel. And one thing I did not like about this series of keyboard was the lighting. I did like the fact that it was backlit compared to Apple not having one at all, but the lights would go out after about 5 seconds of inactivity, which was kind of cumbersome. Now this next keyboard is identical to what we just saw, except it's a mini size. You don't have the keys, you don't have the number keys on the right side. And this one I tended to really enjoy the most, just for the fact that I'm not used to the mini form factor, so I was kind of having fun with that. And mostly speaking, this does feel a lot like the Apple keyboard. A couple downsides with this one is, again, the command and option and control keys are smaller, as well as the arrow keys. They're almost like a MacBook Pro keyboard. And for my workflow, I'm touching the command and the arrow keys constantly, and I find that I was trying to search for it sometimes without looking. So this is the mini Logitech mechanical, and here we're going to take a little bit closer look at the keys from my perspective, and you'll see the arrow keys are full size on the right hand side, which I enjoyed, but you'll see also the control option and command keys are smaller. So for those who constantly use and press these keys with your thumb, and it's kind of your home button, so to speak, you might find an issue with that. But the lighting on here on this is very well done, and I enjoyed using that quite a bit. And there's no light bleed necessarily coming out from the back of the keys like it is on the MX Key version. So this is the Logitech MX Key Mini, and you'll see what I mean by the backlight turning off too soon. So of course in dark environments, when you're sitting there thinking about what you're going to type next, and then the keyboard goes dark, and then you got to sort of hover your hand over it, maybe touch a key to have it light up again so you can see the keyboard. So here you'll see command, option, and control are miniature, which took me a little bit to get used to. And the arrow keys are small, kind of like a MacBook Pro profile. I got to hit these keys with the very tips of my fingers. So my workflow constantly pressing those arrow keys as well as command, option, and control. After I got used to the keyboard, after maybe an hour or two of use, I started to really enjoy this. I did notice it's a lot lighter than the full-size keyboard version of this, which is understandable, but using them back to back, I noticed a huge difference. So which keyboard is best for me? I would say that if I chose any keyboard here, I would be trading off some features I really wanted from the other keyboards. So if I could build the best keyboard, it would probably be the Logitech MX Mini, but with full-size control, option, and command keys, as well as arrow keys. And then the backlight feature of the Logitech mechanical keys, as well as the bolt connection functionality that Logitech has. So if I had to choose a keyboard right now today, it would probably be the full-size Logitech MX Keys, just for the fact that it's closest to the Apple keyboard I'm already used to. I enjoyed using it, and it's extremely heavy, so it feels like you're actually typing into the desk, which is something I have not felt with any of the other keyboards. So there you have it, and thank you for watching and listening, and have a good day.